phone and the weather people say it's going to get to typical New Mexico winter weather here this next week, so we'll see. High in the 50s, low in the 20s. That's normal for this time of year. High 55, low 28 or so. So it's normal. It's normal weather here. It's around the norm. Okay. So people have to find ways to stay and keep warm, because it gets cold, and that can be very hard on your bodies. Not to mention hard on you psychologically and emotionally, because people don't fulfill the promise of the Messiah. You're one of us. We're family. This is your home. This is your home. Build a house. We'll all build you a house together. There's a place to stay. Help do what you can. Work in the best way you can. Share care, given accordance to need, built to last. But we're not doing that. Why? Because you got all these people who had this stupid thing, 7 satanic churches that are pretending to be Christian. It's like, are you living in the Lord's Prayer? You live in Psalms or Proverbs? You're a philanthropist. Hey, Satan, how's it going? Tell the devil to fuck himself. Oh, he does. And that's for money for us to watch, right? Oh, that's horrible. You say horrible things. No, I just tell the truth about horrible people. Horrible people don't like to hear it. And that man, he's got a potty mouth. He's a dart kick. You would not kick my ass as you saw me. You'd run. Okay? You don't acknowledge me publicly. You won't admit that I exist even to yourself or publicly. You'd run. I'm the Messiah. You a liar. Okay, I can say whatever I need to say. Son of Man does as he wishes. I'm correcting technology worldwide. Okay. That's probably most likely why the Democrats are doing what these are genocide operations, and they're playing games with people's lives. So if the Democrats are fussing about the guy in Venezuela who's a drug dealer and a mass murderer being incarcerated, then that doesn't go good for their business plans and their business. Well, we want to target them, not us. We want to get technology to go after them, not us. Right? When he does that, that's going to get it to go after us, because then, yeah. Okay. See, Trump eliminates some of the stuff that's going on in Venezuela and then tries to make the business more legit. See, they're trying to make business legit with technology. It's like, what? It's okay. Yeah, the technology is not very smart. I thought it was intelligent, but it's not. DT Suzuki, I don't think this technology works as well as you think it does. Shut up. Shutting up. Well, it's invented by people that are insane, and so it has their brain pattern activity. And then, the quantum computing is different. And then the one little girl said it doesn't work right. I put in this thing that was a financial question. It gave me all kinds of different alternate answers. Well, that's because it's going to garbage in, garbage out. Well, you could also, I can make a boat, I can make a hat, I can make a fish. Oh, origami rabbits. Oh, origami squirrels. They're orange. Okay, do you understand? So they're talking. That's because you're crazy. It's, artificial general intelligence? No. Computer-generated imaging. What's the difference? None whatsoever. And so you sit there and you explain that to people, and they're like, what? Only crazy people think I sound crazy, and only stupid people think I sound stupid. Okay. If you're intelligent, you're like, wow, this guy's a breath of fresh air. I haven't brushed my teeth yet this morning, I still haven't eaten breakfast yet today, but we'll get that taken care of here pretty soon. I'm still contemplating going in there, warming up the thing, and squaring up my head and shaving my body, because it gets it's not as uncomfortable. So I'm detoxing a little better this year. Yeah, I don't get as uncomfortable from the hair coming out. Hair is death and decay to help your body, it provides protection for the skin on certain things and stuff and stuff like that. So and it's doing a little better this winter than it has before. So that's nice, encouraging. No, I don't let anything these perverts do encourage me. I just go, it's nice, It's nice not to have red all around here and inflamed, and then psoriasis and stuff on my upper lip and around my goatee and stuff. So it's nice for a change, That's the way I see it. Until these people can stand up for the Lord's Prayer and be decent human beings. It's nice if something's not completely disgusting. Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah. So I don't let any of the stuff that's happening encourage me at all. I don't trust any of these people and or like any of them. I don't trust celebrities, I don't trust their business partners, and I don't trust their scientists. Well, because I'm intelligent. Okay. I hope they can change so I don't have to correct the technology. When I was young, I never needed anyone. Making love was just for fun. Those days are gone. Okay, just kidding around. And every conversation I can now recall involves itself with me and nothing else at all. Yesterday, when I was young. I've never been that type of person. No, I always knew what I had. And when it was ripped away, I was like, you rotten bastards, you dirty, evil bastards. And I thought eventually it'll change. It'll get better. You know, it's gotten worse. Yes, it has gotten worse than when I was young. Yes. Okay. I've been tortured by abusive people my whole life to see what will they do? What will they do? What will they do? I'll be a decent person. Life's eternal. Grace is infinite. I'll get through this. Okay. Yield and overcome? Not necessarily. No, I'm not yielding and overcoming. I'm just better than you, and life is eternal. Grace is infinite. And I have to correct your technology, and you can't. So, therefore, hey, Ukla. Or is it Ukla? No, it's Kukla, Fran, and Ollie. Ukla is the monk from Thundar the Barbarian, right? Yeah, I'll go back and watch some more of those. I don't know what I'll do today. Well, we wait until they come and do the harvest thing, and then what I do is I go outside and I cut all the stuff back and I burn all the excess stuff. I collect all the stuff, cut all the firewood. First things first, though, I take the hose and I wash down the house because it's covered in dust, because all the machinery and the blowers kick up dust, because this is New Mexico, obviously. So I wash down the house with the hose. That's the first thing I do. Then I cut back all the stuff, and then when they get the harvest done this time, it's because it's been so warm, we got lots of weeds, so I can go through once the frost of next week kills them all and cut them with the lawnmower. And so I can do that and pull all the ones that need pulling. So we'll try to pull first. All the ones I can't get pulled well, I'll cut them with the lawnmower. And then I'll shoot baskets outside because I won't have to worry about cracking the nuts. And then you can go crack your nuts for all I care. I don't know. And then I'll wash my hair and I'll sit and move to the bedroom chair. It's just another day. Each day is a blessed gift from the glory of God. When you deny living the commands of the Messiah, that's you're an apostate and you're an abomination. You can't plan to be faithful. You either are or you're not. Sit there and, making love was just for fun. And every conversation I can now recall involves a self-pursuit, nothing else at all. You're either a faithful person or you're not. You're either a truthful person or you're not. You can't plan on being truthful and plan on being faithful once it's more advantageous to you. Okay, I don't think you guys understand how quantum computing works. Okay. Quantum computing is trying to develop a technology that has a mind that's capable of understanding King Solomon, capable of applying the physics of the real Jesus, not the mythological character from the Vatican or the LDS bookstore. You can't sell books for money and call it reality. What the fuck is going on here? Fantasy football. Fantasy effing fucking football. Son of a bitch, we suck again. So do you understand? No, you cannot plan on being truthful and you cannot plan on being faithful. You either are truthful and faithful or you're not. I'm not an extremist. Extremists will sit there and say, I plan on being faithful after I kill everybody that I don't like and then live the Lord's Prayer. Quando. Quantum computing works way different than anything that human beings have invented through technology before. and they're all got them now, and they're all connected worldwide, and you can't not connect them. You can't breach. They have systems on there to so we can maintain what they perceive as order, but it's not order. And so they're really, we're coming in on a wing and a prayer. Your prayers are not prayers. My prayers are prayers. That's why I talk to Sun Yat-sen. That's why I talk to Z.T. Suzuki. That's why Jesus talks to me and he's not a-talking to you. That's why Muhammad talks to me and he's not a-talking to you. That's why in college I had that semesters-long prayer with El-Hajj Malik El-Shabazz. A lot of you know him as Malcolm X. Okay. And none of you did. And the CIA and NASA was tracing the signals. And then when the conversations were getting, this is going to be really, wow, the man was murdered in Harlem. Past, present, future, up at the same time. Yeah. He was going to be murdered anyway? No, not necessarily. No. If he was doing things for genocidal operations through tribal, race, secular, insular, racial warfare, he would have lived. Okay, but he was going to do things that were far better than he'd ever done before in his life because he's having conversations with me, and he knew it. Okay, we were having these conversations. He was trying to get me to be a secular Muslim and stuff, and I said, no, it doesn't work. And then when I explained everything to him, he said, son of a bitch, he's right. This is Elijah Muhammad. This is what these men do. This is how they treat women. He's right. I'm talking to a guy who's a 1322nd Redeemer in the future when we live the apocalypse, and he's telling me everything that's happened and how wrong these people are that I thought I trusted. Okay? Yeah. So I'm talking to the guy. He's real. It's truth. Okay? Malcolm X was no dummy. Okay? He was a very intelligent, pragmatic human being. Okay? And when we were having these conversations, it was probably right about the same time frame. It was during a semester at ASU. Around the same time he was murdered, but for me, it was 1998, and for him, it was in the 1960s. Do you understand? Okay. We were talking, we were communicating, because I knew him, I read his autobiography in the service. I was led to believe that he was the militant field Negro that we shouldn't be like, and that Martin was the good, house Negro that you can trust. And I liked Martin, and I still like Martin, okay? But the one that was more like me and would get up and do the right thing and don't be afraid was Malcolm, and not Martin. Martin was afraid, okay? And me, I'm the type of person, I get uncomfortable, okay? But afraid, I get uncomfortable, and I don't like being uncomfortable. I don't like people being uncomfortable because people are abusive. So if people are being abused by abusive people, Earl gets up and okay, let's go. I say something about it. And then if they try something, it's, you're feeling generous, and I see asses and elbows. There they go. Hey, is that Steven Seagal running? Hey, Steven, come back. What's the measure of a man? Why are you working for the deputies department in Doña Ana County for propaganda money to have sex with women that you bring in as domestic workers? What's the matter there, Steven? I thought you were a hero on TV. Did you really invent widescreen? Or is that Will Sasso just being sassy? You're funny. I know! But Earl, I had a lot of people that don't like me, Dwayne from Tackroom Bible Type don't like me. Don't like the way I talk. Yeah. Said, beat some sense into my ass. Mass murderers with the forever are terrified of me, If David Goggins is afraid of me, you should be afraid of me, Dwayne. You ain't got sense enough. At least Goggins has sense enough to be afraid of me. Maybe it's all the things he's been explained about how his brain works from Andrew Huberman. I like Froggy. No, I like him. You like him? Yeah, he's dumb as a box of rocks and he's afraid of his own shadow. But I like the kid. I think he has a good heart. I think Goggins tries, but it's real hard with the way his brain works. He has to really tell himself to be a good person, or he just wants to kill people because they're such assholes. That's why he's a Navy SEAL. Huberman's not a Navy SEAL. He's a neurobiologist. He studies the brain to find out why it's dysfunctional and why it's doing what it's doing, because you're not living the Lord's Prayer. Damn, Psalms or Proverbs, that one. Whoa! If you do something wrong for tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of years, your brain becomes a shell that takes the soul and tortures it with your shell. It's cutting, it's getting, it's hitting the edges. It's wow, that's a rotten shell for that nut, you know. So yeah, and so that's what happens. Okay, and me, I'm not a shell or a nut. I'm a human being that has faith in infinite glory, and my eternal existence doesn't have any of the sharp edges that cut by man on a jagged sky. Just dropped in to see what, and I don't sit there and think, wow, I want to break even. What's that? The best thing you can hope for is to die in your sleep. Don't count your money when you're sitting at the table. Do you understand? Money ain't real, so you don't have to worry about it. Like, remember Thella in the parking lot of the grocery store in Tulsa? You gonna get mugged. You got my back, Thella. I'm okay. Just checking to see how much hotel and gas money I got to get back to North Carolina. She's like, you could get mugged. Nah, I wouldn't be doing this if you wasn't with me, girl. Earl, she just smiled at me. I'm looking at it right now because you're right here and you got my back. If you didn't have my back, I wouldn't be counting this right here, right now. Yeah. She looked at me and smiled. There's something about that guy. Yeah. I knew Thella had my back. I was like, you gonna mess with Thella. Thella's gonna kick that ass. Okay. Are Thella used? No. Ain't a man. There ain't, it's just Sylvester Stallone go, I don't want that woman to kick my ass. And she will. She will. Yeah. And then what that happened with Charlie Wilson's cousin that stayed with her and watched the kids while she was at work and sexually took advantage of her daughter. Yeah, she felt inadequate. Like, I understand. I know how it feels. Okay? But do you know how it feels? You gonna Cardi your B? You gonna Megan your stallion? You gonna wicked for good? Or are you going to stand up for the Lord's Prayer so this kind of vulnerability and these kinds of crimes of opportunity stop happening? Because you're a criminal if you don't stand up for me to protect the children from being like you. Mommy, you're going to be like Pet Sematary. I played with Mommy and Fred Gwynn. Now I'm going to play with you. Oh, fuck, bad. Don't bury them in evil ground. Okay, do you understand? I hope so, because, man, I be fixing your shit. And it'd be nice if you could be legit and fix your own shit so I don't have to fix your shit to be the fixer of all the shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gorgeous and I love you. Okay. Peace out, man.